world?
Oh my goodness. So I was in Fargo, North Dakota, doing an event at Trisha Lake's TLC Cleaning. And the people are doing themselves a disjustice. And is that the word? I don't know what word I'm looking for there. But people should be paying attention to what that lady is doing. So she is really running a primo operation over there. She's obviously in the multiple millions of dollars in revenue. Her turnover is really awesome. She's got people that are sticking with her for years, clients, et cetera, et cetera. And things run really pretty smoothly over there, don't they, Don?
Absolutely. I was blown away. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like the word needs to get out about Fargo, North Dakota and TLC cleaning. I'm like, I lived in Minot as a 4-year-old boy. I was freezing myself silly. And, I had no idea there was so much warmth in Fargo. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, what we learned about how she's treating her employees and how she is truly turning that into a very successful business was just...
Yeah.
She had engineered love. That's how I told my dad. My dad was a chemical engineer when he was in school. And I said, Dad, she learned how to do a flow chart on love. And I was like, it was shocking. So I think it's amazing.
But we've known Trisha for a while, and we knew Trisha in the early stages, I guess. Her business was a different place, and it's kind of a case study and an inspiration that where you are doesn't necessarily mean that's where you need to be or where you have to be. She's grown a lot in a lot of ways.
Oh my gosh, yes. So one of the things that we ran into that was a little bit of a problem was we hadn't anticipated. At the end, whenever I'm doing an event, at the end of the first day, I always ask everybody for feedback. And I'm hardcore. Everybody's got to get feedback. And one of the pieces of feedback that we got, and we actually got this a little bit more than we had hoped for, was, gosh, it seems a lot like a lot of this stuff is about ELC, the employee life cycle event, the stuff that we learned there. And well, yeah, that's because she took all the stuff from the employee life cycle event and she implemented it. And now she's running her company this way.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff actually kind of works. Hey, Don was in Fargo with us as well. But I did want to talk about, we're talking about events. I did want to introduce something new, Tom, the Issa Kiss. Yay. So what I would like us to do, and I know Tom, you and I talked about this for about 4 seconds, I think, right, is start all of the Smart Business Moves podcasts with the Issa Kiss, just letting everybody know just a little bit of love again about ISSA residential. Great class in Fargo. Yeah, Don, thanks. But Tom, you and I have been talking about professionalizing this industry for how long now?
Years. 20 years. More than 20. More than
forever. Decades, right? Not years, decades.
Yeah.
And it's been a thing. And the industry is a completely different industry than it was back then. This industry has made a lot of big changes, but not enough, right? We're not there yet. We're not to the place that we could be. And so I just want to make sure that we're letting everybody know how important it is to be a member of ISSA, what they do for us. And so we're only going to do this for a couple minutes a day, but we're going to do it every single day. Just quick blip it, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops.
Well,
so
we're going to do it every Wednesday, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, every day that we're on. How about that? Yeah. We're not coming on especially just to do that.
We're not going back to the COVID days doing this 5 days a week. No,
we're not. No, that was a lot. So, Tom, you want to talk about what's going on? It's happening in Charleston at your place, not at the end of the month for ISSA.
Yeah. We have we're hosting a ISSA residential regional event at Castle Keeper's office in Charleston, South Carolina. It is August 21st. And actually, it's an entire day's worth of education. The regional event itself, I think, it starts like midday and goes to the afternoon. It's kind of a social thing at the end. But Sharon Tinberg, I believe, is going to be there in the morning. It's going to be doing her workshop on how to train your cleaning technicians.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, we've got all this cool stuff going on. Sharon's going to be here. It's going to be box lunches. I don't know. I don't want to go on the limb and say where this is going to come from, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Liz, running your cleaning business from A to Z. Mm-hmm. What's that about?
That is going to be it's going to be sort of a fun, interactive thing that we're going to do on some of the from the basics all the way to what you need to do to get to be running a successful business. So we're going to kind of run through a quick list, but we're going to do it in a little bit of a fun way. Hopefully everybody will get some brand new things out of this session that they hadn't gotten before.
And we're going to follow that by talking about changing from a sales-driven business model to a profit-driven business model to be competitive moving forward in the future. Cleaning a bunch of homes isn't going to get you to where you want to go. You have to do it in a way where you're maximizing profit. We're going to talk about that. Aja is going to be speaking. Let me back up a minute. Liz, how did you like Smart Business Moves last week? Was I awesome or what?
I didn't see it.
Well, you know what? You wouldn't have seen me if you had. I had an opportunity to play golf last week. So Aja filled in and she hosted Smart Business Moves by herself.
Oh, wow. How did it go? Who'd she have on?
I don't even remember. But I know it was awesome because Aja is awesome. If you haven't seen Aja speak, she's, forget about all this other stuff. Just come to check out Aja. She brings it and it will be fun. And she knows her numbers and she's going to be talking about using metrics to drive engagement, motivation, and results in your cleaning business. And we're going to wrap it up with two rock stars, Gosha and RJ, are going to be bringing us home. We're going to have Q&A, and there's going to be some social stuff going on after that, I believe.
Are we going to your cool, what's it, a distillery or brewery?
Oh, I don't know. I know that we do that. We're doing a MaidCentral Academy Live Tuesday and Wednesday that week following that. We always go to the brewery as part of that. I'll tell you what, I'm down. If anybody wants to go to the brewery after this, you don't have to twist my arm. How about that?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I'm dreaming about those pretzels already. So yeah, they have good little foods over there. I don't even drink and I'm loving the brewery. So okay, so 2 days for you. MaidCentral, do you want to go over that real quick? It's getting late here. But
MCA Live event. It's an event we've done multiple times. We do it. It's primarily for partners of MaidCentral, companies that use MaidCentral, but we've had people who attend who don't use MaidCentral, and just to learn more about how to use technology to grow and run your business. And you don't have to be a user of MaidCentral to attend. It's open to anybody, but it's a 2-day event, and we have multiple people that come multiple times, and it gets good reviews. It's fun, and Matt will be there for that. Aja is a big part of that, and Troy will be there. A couple other people of the MaidCentral team will be there too, so we'll have a full house.
Okay. All right. Then after that, I've got 2 days of Lead Managed by the Numbers. This is going to be that session is going to be all about taking everything that you learned about numbers, and now you know all what your numbers are. How can you use those numbers and lead your business in a new way? And how can you manage your people while using these numbers? So this is going to be a little bit different workshop than I think people are expecting, because A lot of times people are expecting like, okay, just give me the exact answer. But everybody is running a different business. So part of what you're going to be doing in this workshop is figuring out how you want to run your business according to the numbers that are important in your business. And we'll have some, of course, answers to if this is where your bad number is, here are the things you need to do to manage your company to improve that number. But there's going to be a lot of other stuff in there too.
So I'll drop the link here off of your website, Liz, Core Profit Builders, because you've got like all of these events up here. So you can register for everything or individually or whatever you want to do, all off of Core Profit Builders. I'll drop that link in chat as well.
So Don, I'm wondering if that website looks familiar to you.
It does a little bit. We're maintaining it, and we can't wait to. If I can I say the little secret?
Yeah.
That we might be working on something new for Liz.
Oh,
it's
what?
going to be a total revamp of coreprofitbuilders.com, and more details are going to be coming out on social media for that. So we will be. The buzz needs to build. We want to build the buzz.
I am so excited. Yeah.
I know. I think, Liz, you told me that you had never been as excited about a website go live as the one that we're building for you. So
true. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it's very true. I've done a lot of them.
Shirley.
Yep.
Shirley, how have you been? It's been a while. I think last time we talked, we were at convention in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Wow,
This is awesome. It's getting better by the minute. Yeah, we are applying everything that we learn in the convention, and that's the whole point of going, right?
Yeah. Well, that's part of the point. The other point is to have a lot of fun.
I have a lot of fun too. That's my secret.
Don't tell your employees, right?
Don't tell my employees that. No, I'm just going there for work.
But you know, when we come home, we're always so excited that the employees think we work. I think they think we work even harder because then we come home with all of these amazing ideas and say,
I am on fire. Coming back, they like, okay, she's coming. Let's just all go on vacation. There's a lot of work coming. Yeah.
I think that's very common, right? All of the businesses, all of the GMs are like, uh-oh. What are they going to come back with? We're going to have to change everything. They're going to have us working 80-hour weeks. Sorry. It's so exciting, though.
Yeah. Don knows my team, and he's like, where did you get them? Oh, my God, they are so invested. It's their company.
Oh, love that.
They take ownership. Like, Don love working with them. Like, if they have to stay to do a video to midnight, no a pip. No bad face, nothing. They are with the same smile that they greet us 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the night. They still smiling because it's for their company. Like, it's their place of business. It's their.
Love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. The culture, when they change everything.
Yeah, it's true, right? When you get that good company culture, everything does change. Everything's easier. Everything runs more smoothly.
It just flows.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what are we talking about with you here today, Don? I know you had a PowerPoint. I think.
Yeah. So we're really kind of showcasing, really more or less, how you can earn new cleaning clients successfully with Google Ads and engaging video content. Shirley mentioned the cleaners loving the videos. That's part of it, but the big part of what we're doing with Shirley per se is really engaging in Google Ads and making it all work with the other part of everything we do, with the website, with the social media, with the videos, with the branding, making it all cohesive. So that's really what we're diving into today in terms of what we're talking about. Let me get over here to our PowerPoint so we can.
And using real employees, not stock photos, not stock videos. When people see my employees, they already know them by the video. Like, oh, you were in the video. And the employees love to be a star. You should see Liz. They do their hair, their manicure, their makeup. They are ready. They are superstars.
I love that. Are we gonna see a little bit of Shirley's website today?
Yeah, I could pull that up. Actually, maybe as we get toward the end of things, I think it'd be very relevant. And then maybe even if somebody's interested in seeing some of the videos we've done, I think that would be a relevant part of our conversation.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I know, I would imagine your entire audience are numbers peoples, as we talked about lead and manage by the numbers, right? So we're going to dive into some real numbers.
Well, if it's not for a lack of trying. How about that?
Yeah, I'm not going to say people are still loving the numbers all that much, but yeah, we're definitely still trying to get everybody to love them for sure.
Yes, they need to, because the numbers are what drive everything. So I'm going to see if
we're going to inspire them a little bit today, because when they see my numbers, it looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to use these. I'm going to go Liz style here, how she does her presentations, and do this little slider here with the on the left here. So diving into the real numbers, and I'm going to let Shirley go over this, because these are her numbers, and this is literally the fruits of our labor for her.
So this Shirley, is like through July 31st. So this is hot off the press.
Hot off.
Yes, we just did this today. So basically, every month I put more or less 4,000 and change in Google AdWords. And then by the end of the month, me and Dawn are having a meeting, cracking the numbers, like how many babies did we get with this investment? So, so this last month, for the $4,270, we got 29,000 and change, almost 30,000 in one-time cleanings. That's just gray money. It's just one-time cleanings. From this $30,000, from that, and that was 54 clients. We got 54 clients out of $4,270. That's one-time cleaning. Our conversion for recurring was low this month. And even though it was month, we got 6 recurring clients, and they will produce in a year's time $4,884. This combined, it's just out of the $4,270 that we invest on Google. And
so if I'm seeing this correctly, what I'm seeing here is you paid $4,270 this month, and you're going to get $30K in one-time cleaning, but you're also getting $47,884 in recurring revenue for the year, correct?
That is correct.
And you're getting that every month?
This is our lowest month of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Vacation season, y'all.
So
that's it in a nutshell.
I was like, oh, I wish we had better months, but it's not bad, right? It's not bad.
Not bad.
So you could say that total value maybe is $80,000 between the one time and the recurring, roughly, and you spent roughly $4,000. That's like spending $1 and getting $20 back. So that's a pretty good deal.
This was kind of considered a bad month.
I don't see any other investment that you're gonna have that kind of return.
No way.
I tried.
No.
What's the secret sauce? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of ways to spend $4,000 with Google, and not all of them will give you $20 back for everyone you spend. So what's the secret to this?
If I can really quick, Shirley, I want to dive into the campaigns. We've been working with Google as they evolve. And I think everyone in your audience should understand Google is a moving target. I don't think anybody would dispute that. They are constantly evolving. They're integrating AI into things we'll talk about just a little bit later. But my point of this is, if you understand they're a moving target and you're working with Google, you will grow. whatever you're investing in terms of the campaigns, and you have to do the campaigns in a very strategic way. You can't just do one campaign or two campaigns. You have to strategically mix the campaigns. It's almost like you add little rocket boosters to the campaigns, and Google has taught us that.
And I have a comment.
Yeah, go ahead, please, Shirley.
Like the experience that I have on my market would never work in any other market. We study for exactly 1 year before we could really crack down the code and find the recipe for New Jersey market. So every market is different.
Absolutely.
I have friends that, you know, they are spending half of this revenue to get the same results because their market is different.
How many cleaning companies do you have in your market, Shirley?
We have 2,880.
And independent contractors?
Registered businesses. And we have approximately 5,000 independent contractors. So
this is insane.
If you don't know your marketing and if you don't know your market, your demographics, and you study deeply, it's very hard to do this. I went to college for marketing, and I thought I knew things, but I waste a lot of money. I throw a lot of money away because it's like Don said, it evolves.
Yeah, totally. So that's part of the secret sauce, you asked, Tom. And I think the other part comes with making this work with the content we're producing, the original content. The internet is craving transparency and authenticity and making it fun. We're evolving all of this into YouTube Shorts, which works with Google Ads. A lot of people don't know that. YouTube Shorts, actually, you can embed that link into a Google ad and it rotates faster. Did you know that? A lot of people did not. And of course, the advent of TikTok. We have seen an explosion in the last 90 days, even in TikTok popularity. We're seeing an evolution of Twitter to Threads. Following these trends and making that cohesive marketing work with your Google ads can produce that brand awareness that leads to these kind of results. That's in a nutshell.
Wow.
I hope that answered your question in a little bit more.
At a conceptual level, I'm all ears. You know, walk us through some of that.
Sure.
I have a saying that doesn't matter how good you are, if your prospects don't know about it, what that good does for you, nothing.
Oh,
you can. I'm the best cleaner in the universe, and who knows about that? Does Google know?
Oh,
I mean, we do the employee testimonials, and the public sees that. We do the client testimonials, and the public sees that. That gets word of mouth going, which still, even with all these digital marketing efforts, I don't think any marketing expert will disagree that word of mouth is still today the number one way to get new business in.
A lot of what you're talking about, you know, has been related to video in some form or fashion. Are you getting the testimonials in video, or we
do that? Yeah,
okay.
we go on site, as Shirley mentioned. We go into her market, and she and her staff know that we need to get into some of her clients' homes and actually interview briefly. And they do some sort of incentive, like either they'll show up with flowers, or maybe it's a free cleaning, or maybe it's, a restaurant gift card, something like that. And we get the authentic client on video and through social media with their permission, and all the releases and everything, right? And then basically at that point, that is getting shared out. We actually are integrating some of this advertising into Nextdoor, which is another form of really popular media in the cleaning space.
So video is an important part of the recipe.
I agree. Yep, 100%.
So when we go to Google Analytics, it shows where Google pull their content. If Google don't have enough paid advertising and people are still searching, they're gonna look who's the most popular that I can show this. Because a couple months ago, me and Don were fighting with Google about a couple things, and we find out like Google consider not Like, even though they give you the client, they give you the lead, it's still their client. So if you find us on Google, you are Google's clients, and they are very protective about their clients, very protective. So they want to know that you are honest, that you are not scammed, that you are popular, and that you have good reviews. And then they can show you even for free in order to fulfill their clients' needs. And that's where the SEOs comes around. When I run out of money to give it to Google, they still showing my website because of my reputation, because of my online presence, because they own this to their clients.
Well, I don't know how you're running out of money if you're only paying $4K for $78,000 in sales.
I am cheap. I am super cheap.
And she pays her people well. Compliment to Shirley on paying her people well.
I'm cheap when it comes to pay for advertising, but I am very, I don't like to compliment myself, but I don't mind to pay my employees more than my competitors, because they are amazing. They are amazing. And so they are worth every penny.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that.
So instead, give all my money to advertising. I keep some and give to my employees.
Yep. Well, kind of getting into a little bit of the mechanics of all this, and we're not going to dive into the devil in the details here, but really, I just wanted to showcase that we have a cohesive marketing plan. We actively monitor where all of these ads and posts are going. We break it out by TikTok, by Google, Google My Business. We have it all pie graphed out here, so we know where we're pushing all this content and what kind of results are we getting with each platform. Now, remember, as we have talked before in different conversations, age matters with the platform. So you've got, most people are still Google searching. That's the broadest. But then by social media, you have different segments that use different social medias, between the age groups. So that's something we are very aware of, and we keep that in mind when we're putting all this content out.
So
but it is part of the thing.
And do you know, like 80% of our buyers are women for residential cleaning, right? Do you know how we pick a good company? We go to their website, but then they're like, well, anybody can build a website. Then they Google the name of the owner to see if we are not, don't have any bad records. Then they go and hunt you on Facebook because they want to know your family, your pets, and who are you? And so in the end, when that woman is ready to buy, she's like, I know I can trust this company. I searched in 4 different places and they are all good. They all have good information. So in the end, I think we should show one of our videos that I did. And it's just they feel they know me in person because they see my videos on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and newsletters, so they know I'm involved. I'm just not a ghost owner that are never there.
Figurehead. So Don, looking at this little pie graph, is that Shirley's?
This is, and yes, you're getting one too, Liz. Lindsay and I are working on that. Don't worry.
I'm worried, but what I was wondering is, what are the different colors for Shirley? Like, what's the blue?
Yeah, so like actually the blue. I see. I did a really small graphic on that. Let me see if I can pull that one up real quick. Oh, that's blogs. Sorry. Yeah, if you can, you can't see the legend there, but that's blogs, and that actually should tell you something. It's one of the age-old, proven SEO techniques, blogging. If you're not blogging, and every SEO expert out there should be saying blog, 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 blog. You need a cornerstone blog. Google requires that. What does cornerstone mean? At least 1,500 words. You need at least one of those a week. Now you need smaller ones too. You need like a mini blog somewhere in the middle of the week.
Wow. Okay.
Blogging is essential. It's an essential component. And then everything else is kind of spread out there. And of course, you probably see the yellow there, kind of dominant color there. Let me get over to my
Do you incorporate video in
And
your
Don
newsletter.
is still calling blogs, but in reality, Google likes better when you call cleaning tips.
Yep, 100%. And
So
we
on
do that.
my website, it doesn't say blog anymore. We upgrade for cleaning tips.
100% agree. Yep. So the yellow is newsletter. So newsletter, that's email engagement through a newsletter. And then everything else is kind of spread out from there. So
Well, what's the pink?
I knew you were going to ask the pink. That is, my eyes are getting so weird. Post. What is that? No, posts. So that's going to be posting to different sites. So that's actually how we build a backlink strategy, part of the way.
All right.
Doing different posts. So, and then we break it out on all the other social media. So we have the little kaleidoscope of color there.
So posts we do in Google My Business,
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and we are starting with TikTok.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so for some of these channels like blogs, traditionally you think of a blog as like just a 1,500, 2,500, word article, if you
Yep.
will. Are you putting video in those as
We
well?
have done some vlog. You've heard of the term vlog?
Yes.
We have done some vlogs before, and basically you can transcribe the video and then write a blog about that. So you can have the transcription, which all the words in a video aren't going to be relevant, but you want to focus on the content of that video and turn that into a vlog. That can be very engaging, especially if it's tagged right. Because what is a tag? That basically is a Google search. So house cleaning near me can be a tag in a blog. You want that in every market in the United States. You want to be number one, page one of house cleaning. Commercial cleaning, same thing. You want best janitorial services, right? So all of those relevant tags matter in a blog because it's dynamic content and people are actively searching it. Once Google crawls that blog article, all of those tags become links. How beautiful is that? And then the more traffic those links get, the higher your search can perform.
Right.
That's part of the organic component, but it does feed into the overall strategy of how do we turn this magic 4,200 into the bigger numbers, right? So without getting into too many of the weeds here, we've got a little bit more we wanted to cover into the recipe, unless y'all had other questions relative to that.
No, show us your next slide.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, but wait, there's more.
That's
So
having all those slides on the left, people can see they're there. I want to know what you say.
yeah. So developing a marketing budget. So depending on your company size, how aggressive do you want to grow? And, Shirley, you may want to talk a little bit about this. I think you had some input with me when we were talking about this slide.
Yeah. So I kind of, in the beginning stages of my company, when I took over from my mom, we were pretty broke. Like I was cleaning houses and there's no people to work in the office. It was chaos. So my budget was little because I was making $300 a week. So there was no much to invest. So I joined my local networking group and I start just doing the cheapest thing you can possibly do, which is doing networking meetings and chambers of commerce to get some money. As soon as I got some money, I start investing less than 1% on Google. And then I went from there. And the other thing that was affordable at the time was just print postcards and go door to door. And you remember, Liz, I'm sure you did it. Yeah. Knock doors and start putting your cards there because you need that money. The first time I got $50,000, it went all into marketing. And so it really, you're going to have to be very good, on saving some money and investing that money immediately, not in a new car, not in a vacation, but immediately invest back on marketing because it's proving science that that's where you're going to get most of your money and the most of return on your investment. Right now, we are about 6.5% of our revenue.
Yeah.
And there was times that it was 11, even 12%. I got a loan. I was crazy. I went to the bank and I got a loan, a credit line, just because I want to grow faster. So I say, some companies buy small companies that are available. And I say, I don't want anybody's problems. I want to just my leads that I work, that I know this relationship from the beginning. So I even got in debt to invest money on marketing. And
But Shirley, one thing that strikes me though, the slide that we looked at, previously with all your metrics on it in terms of where your leads are coming from. Yeah, that I guess I just kind of a public service announcement. You can spend a lot of money on marketing and not get a return on it as well if you're not spending it wisely. And
correct.
so talk about that just for a minute, because I would hate for somebody just to go out and borrow a bunch of money and spend it on quote unquote marketing and find out that they didn't get a lot of business out of it.
Okay. So it was all trial and error. I spent half of my loan on magazines on the time where people was already not spending, but I had a great salesperson from a local magazine that convinced me to spend $25,000 a year on the magazine ads. So that was a waste of $25,000. Maybe I got 4 clients from it. It was crazy. So you really need a marketing plan. That's what Dawn is saying. It's budget, but it's a marketing plan. You need to analyze your demographics, study your competition, not just throw money into the air and hopefully it's gonna turn into. Another mistake that I did, and I had a recent meeting with my sales staff, is I say, you think Don it's a great marketing person, but he's not a magician. He's not going to bring the leads already converted. Converting is not Don's job. He can only drive the lead to the door. It's your job, guys, to convert the lead. I found so many leads that was never called. It broke my heart. Like I spent days in depression because I was like, how can somebody just waste leads? It's so expensive, but we have so many. That's what they say. We have so many. Sometimes we don't even have time to call. Really? I'll call them for you. Don't waste leads, right?
Liz, how many times have we talked to somebody who felt that they needed to do more marketing because they needed more business, and after talking with them for 5 minutes, we find out they aren't checking emails and they aren't answering the phone?
40 emails unanswered with leads, but they're spending more money on marketing. I'm like,
I know. I've been there. I've done that. I've done every mistake on the books. I'm pure. I'm pure. I learned my lessons. I'm done like wasting money. If you're gonna make a marketing plan, you better know where your leads are coming from and where they are going, and what is your conversion, and if your salespeople are calling the leads. And I listened to the recording. 100. Oh my God, my dog. 100% of my leads, we have somebody to listen to the recordings to make sure it's a good quality of interaction.
If I can make a comment while Shirley tends to Ruby, real quick. So I wanted to say these knowing where the leads are coming from. Again, getting back to our moving target comment from earlier, all of the generations are going through different changes of life right now, and we're actually paying really close attention to what's happening in each generation because it matters in lead conversion. Because like, are you gonna market like crazy on the media that, you know, people are, if they're moving to a later stage of life, you know, if they're like 80 and beyond, they're not even on social media. So why would you target that on social media? You can't. So you've got to pick your age, match it to the social media platform, match it to the Google search, and understand how that converts at each micro granular, we would call it niche marketing, right? You've got to understand which post goes with which age group so that you don't put it on the wrong platform, right? So that's all relevant to this conversation in the details. So I'm getting lost in the weeds a little bit, so I'm not going to get too lost there. But did y'all have any questions on that?
Well, I did have a question. So
Sure.
it seems like Shirley's spending $4,200 a month to be able to get her 78K. But in the beginning, you're saying that all of the markets are different. So I'm guessing in the beginning, you start out with a smaller amount of money, find out what works,
Mm-hmm.
and then build. As you find what works, then you just start pouring money in there. It's like a little money-making machine, I'm guessing.
True.
You cannot start with, it's like you go to the casino, you have to have a play money, right? So you cannot start Google with less than $1,500 a month.
Correct.
They will take your money. They take 200, 300, 500. You're not going to get one solitary lead. Minimum $1,500 a month. That is how any market should start Google.
So big market, small market, that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Less than $1,500, Google
You're
is
not even
happy to
serious.
take your money, but they're not going to give you anything in return.
You could literally be taking hundreds. If you're spending like $500 on Google, you might as well just literally go bring your kerosene and just light it and put it on the street, you know, and don't do it in a dry season. We don't want any forest fires. But my point is, you do need that threshold of 1,500 for the ads to even rotate at a frequency in your market that would make a difference.
Are there some markets that you would need more than 1,500?
Yes, and Shirley's is absolutely one of them.
So, Ton, that's how we start with any startup company. You, like almost anybody that I know that start their business have $1,500 to start their marketing, right? So you do test campaigns. And we test one campaign against the other, and then we wait 30 days so we can see which campaign is producing more than the other. We kill the ones that are wasting money, and we get that budget and throw on the campaigns that are producing. So now you have $1,500 on one campaign that is amazing, producing a lot of new leads, and we kill all the other ones that were test campaigns that didn't work in this market. That's how you started. And then you say, you know, I say, Don, we got more employees and we're gonna need another at least 50 leads, because I was investing less money on Google. And then he said, well, we need to put another $1,000 there, because now you have 3 new employees and you're gonna need to bring that their hours or they're going to leave. So you gauge, depend on how many employees you have, and you throw more money to get more hours for your employees. That's how I do it.
Yep.
We are kind of in the home stretch here, and I think that our audience would really like to see a video and some real life examples of
Let's pull up
some of the content that's making all of this happen.
I think the last video that Katie just did on Slack, Don, that
pull that up
from yesterday, she just added. That is, you know, you don't need to show the whole video, but it's a good start. I love that video. I was with a bad cold. It was a rainy day, but it's still.
Let me find that video real quick while y'all are talking.
It's on Slack.
Give me a second.
From yesterday.
Give me 1 second. Yeah. And that's one thing I'd love to point out real quick. And that is that we have a really good communication with Shirley on Slack. She's really engaged with our entire team. And that makes like the best type of marketing client we have is one that has a constant conversation with us. Because if you don't have a pulse on what's going on, it just doesn't work. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
So we really like having that. Let me see.
Pull that video, and I'm gonna speak a little bit more.
Which video were you referring to? Is it the one she just did early this morning with?
Our values.
Yeah.
Katie did yesterday. She put on the.
Okay, let me make sure I do the share right on the StreamYard here. I'm going to do a stop sharing, and then I'm going to do a new share. Hold on, let me pull this up. I'm going to do a max full screen here and see if it'll. I haven't used StreamYard and Slack together, so this should be fascinating.
If you are watching this video, it's because you are trying to make
Wait,
about who should clean your.
Hold on, sorry about that. All right, let's do.
Sharing.
I got it. 1 second. I gotta actually find the with Slack. Hold on 1 second. Window. Oh, I got it right here. Here we go. Share. We're good. Golden. Coming back.
If you are watching this video, it's because you are trying to make a good decision about who should clean your home. At SNG Cleaning Services, we encourage you to find as much information as you can before you invest your hard-earned money and trust someone to enter your house. That's why we share so much information about cleaning in videos like this, to help you make the right decision for your home and your family. Hi, I'm Shirley, the owner of SNG Cleaning Services. In this video, I will tell you why SNG is the right choice for your home. You might be wondering, who will be coming to my house and how can I trust them? At SNG Cleaning, our superhero team goes through an extensive interview process. They are fully background checked and drug tested. Additionally, all our employees go through comprehensive training and ongoing education. They get paid performance bonus based on the quality of their work, and we do not hire independent contractors. At SNG Cleaning, we are proud of hundreds of reviews that we have received from the clients. To you is 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. When you spend your hard-earned money on a cleaning and trust someone to come to your home, you want to have a peace of mind that your home is properly cleaned and in safe hands. When you book your cleaning with SNG Cleaning Service, you know exactly what you're getting, and we believe you shouldn't have to guess or worry about what kind of results you get. That's why we are upfront with you about what is included, and we will send a service agreement. One of the things our clients tell us is that they love the smell after we clean their home, because all the products we use are gentle, pH neutral, environmentally friendly. That means you know they are safe for you, your family, your pets, and additionally, our technicians are fully trained on which products are safe to clean different surfaces in your home. We also have a strict hygiene system with our cleaning cloths to avoid any cross-contamination. Nobody wants the same cloth used to clean toilets, bathroom surface, and kitchen. So if you are considering another cleaner, make sure you ask them if they do all this. The SNG Cleaning Superhero team has been servicing Central Jersey community since 1987 because all of our loyal clients, now we are able to give back to the community. We proudly offer free cleanings for women undergoing treatment for cancer so they can focus on their health and recovery. We are here to take care of the cleaning so we can bring peace of mind and make them feel safe, secure, and bring some normalcy while they heal.
I'm going to go and pause it there because I know we've got a time to.
Too long.
Yes, 3 minutes. Sorry about that. But it's really well done.
And the quality was really slow.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a little bit catchy because being on StreamYard. But man, Shirley, you look great on there. Yeah. I
had a bad cold that day, and it was one of the longest videos we did, and we did like 10 takings, and Don is like, this is the last one, you're gonna get it now. And I was like, gee. And and we did it. But his people are amazing editing. There were so many mistakes that I did in this video. There is so many things that they cut more than they used. But the final product, it's a good video that I'm
It came out
using,
well. Yeah.
not just to get clients, but I'm using this for our salespeople. I say, this is gonna be your lullaby. That's our values. That's how we are better than the competitors. You play that before you go to bed, before you go to sleep.
So
You know, like
we've got about 5 minutes.
they are selling, they have to repeat what you present on the videos too.
Yep.
We could see if anybody has any questions.
True.
Okay. Yeah, just hit us up in the chat if you have any questions. We'll keep an eye on that if we want to speak to the sales process, because I guess this is the other half. You can have an excellent
Yes,
marketing program, but if you aren't closing, if you aren't following up on the leads, you aren't going to get a return.
Right. So we have a leads police. I have a person in my company that want to make sure that every single lead get called. God forbid, like we miss a lead. It has to be called in the next 4 minutes. If the lead sits there for 1 hour, you have much less chance of the conversion. We try to close on the first call, whatever it takes. And you have to be a good listener. You have to understand the needs, and you cannot be salesy. You need to understand people's needs and be ready to deliver something that solves their problem. If you are just there to make the sell, you're not going to sell. You should be there to solve a problem. Once you start being the expert that solves the problems that the client brings to you, sales just happen naturally. Honest pricing, honest service agreement. I'm transparent. Everything that we do, what you do, how we do, it's written down. They need to sign. They need to understand what's offered. There's no misunderstanding. Clear expectations. I think that is, and then when, we follow up in the next day to make sure they are happy. We follow up on the phone. There is nothing that is better than you hear your client's voice and they are telling that your team did a good job, and then you ask for the 5-star review. But you need to get on that phone. I still believe in that's the best way to close business is on the phone. We have 3 salesperson plus me, and because we don't miss a phone call, we answer all the calls.
And you have a lot of them, right? So
right.
There's a lot of calls coming in there for that $4,200.
And listen, this 165 leads is just from Google, right? Besides that, we have people that calls once a month, call once in a quarter, that clients that we serviced 5 years ago that calls back. Like, you have all this returning clients that everybody that does a good job have returning people that we answer the calls all the time too. So our volume is double of that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So Shirley, this strategy that you're using to get this 20-to-1 return, you're very active in the process, but Don and his team are a big part of the equation too. Is that correct?
I think I will give half of the merit to the team. The team is amazing. There is 12 people that I interact because I am hands-on. You don't have to be, but I am. And I love to work with, he has the graphic designer, he has the newsletter person, he has the post, and I interact with them through text message or through emails or through Zoom meetings. Slack, and they are amazing. They listen to what I need, what I want, and they understand cleaning business like I had other companies, other marketing companies, and they cannot get it. They work for many different industries and they just cookie cutter. They just do the same market for everybody. I think this is the first company that is custom made for cleaning business that understands that our business have different needs from, you know, the other industries. So I love that.
I have to do a quick plug too, because, you know, Dawn, obviously you work for me and for our core profit builders. And I agree with everything that Shirley said. Your team is amazing. And they are so responsive and so, like, they pay such good attention to what I want. I can just quickly say something and they get it. It's never this long drawn out process, which, you know, drives me insane. And then one other thing is that, you know, this is going to sound really dumb and kind of like I'm a sycophant here, but Doug, you're just so nice. You are such a nice person. Shirley, am I right? He's just so kind, so nice, so helpful. So you're just really, you're a joy to work with. You really are.
Thank you.
Really are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And back at you all. And Tom, I know we've had some interactions too. I really feel at home in the cleaning industry because it's a very relatable group of humans. That's the thing I love about the cleaning industry is just, you think about it's cleaning people go into the most intimate parts of humanity in their home. And so it's a very relatable, loving industry. It's a very love-based industry. And that's why I love it. I love working in this industry. So, and spreading the news about how amazing y'all are is easy for me.
We have a question here.
Oh yeah, Raphael said, how do you guys track all these leads? Go high level, click up. That's done. We basically do it in Google Analytics and analyze the numbers directly with Shirley and all of our clients. So
yeah,
we actually go in and see
track that from his side with Google Analytics, and he has a software.
We use SEMrush too.
SEMrush, that is his software that also bring much more data. Yeah. And then his people send me, his employees send me reports on how we are doing in the graphics and everything. On my end, I track everything from a software system that we use to track our leads and our sales, and does, you know, a fine job. And then I put everything on Excel and crack my own numbers.
Yeah. You have to know where your lead is coming from, and it needs to be broken down by, if it's Google, please try to always find out the keyword they used. If it's Facebook, which post worked. If it's Instagram, TikTok, whichever, we need to identify where that lead came from, and we can track it from source to sale.
Yeah. So Don, I dropped the URL of your website in chat. So if anybody wants to know more, there's a ton of information about your services and the things that you do, and you've got prices. I mean, it's very transparent, but if they want to know more, I suspect the website's the best way to reach you.
Yep. Yeah, text as well. Our contact information is available. Email is always good because we can arrange a scheduled Zoom call. If I'm not flying all over the country, I like to try to schedule a Zoom call if at all possible. So get a discovery call going.
Well, I hope to see everybody in the next regional in Charlotte, right?
Charleston.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, we're all going to be at ISSA checking out the sphere. I want lots of selfies of that sphere. That MSG sphere has my big attention. So I really want to.
I just barely heard about that sphere for the first time. Okay. We are way over time, Tom. I know that we're supposed to get out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're having so much fun.
Thank you, Shirley, Don. This was informative. And inspirational. You know, we should all be looking to spend $1 and get $20 back.
Yeah.
And that's to start.
So we're gonna go ahead and call
Sparkles,
it.
for sure.
All right, we're gonna wrap it for today, but we'll be back next Wednesday, 5 o'clock Eastern. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks.